Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you the B-roll plus trial reels hack that is going crazy on Instagram right now. And we are using it to grow our clients' accounts like crazy. So first, let me show you some results that we've gotten. So these are a few of the trial reels that we've run. And we've gotten 110 views, 91,000 views, 52,000 views, 44,000 views. And these are just some of the trial reels that we've run, right? So there's way more of them that have done like 5K, 10K, 15K, 20K, so on and so forth. Overall, leading to us getting about 400,000 views in the month of July 2026 for this customer. And all of this has led to us reaching 151,000 accounts, adding 654 new followers. Now, these might not look like great numbers. This is not in millions or hundreds of thousands, but you need to understand who the target audience is, right? So it's a customer that's in the B2B GTM recruiting space, and the target audience are account executives, sales development reps, BDRs, essentially people working in tech sales. So these are people who are hard to find on Instagram, and which is why these numbers are very impressive. Now, they came to us with the goal to increase their visibility and generate inbound leads. But here's the challenge, right? The client is super busy. They are not able to give us a lot of time to do shoots. So, in 3 months of us working with them, we've only gotten one shoot done with them. That was a 6 hours or 8 hours of shoot. And in there, we had to record everything, right? So, even though we did not have a lot of time with the client, and even though it was very challenging, we were able to generate these results, right? We had 3.5x views month on month, purely organic, 50 plus inbound DM inquiries in just July 2026, 200% increase in accounts reached, and 654 new followers. So, how did we do it? So, obviously, we covered the basics. We want to do all the fundamental stuff, which is trying to look at what's performing on the platform for the niche, try to find content that's performed well elsewhere on different platforms. And obviously, the customer needs to have a point of view. And using all of that, we created the first initial content plan. And then on top of that, we added the secret sauce, which is the trial reels b-roll engine. In this video, I'm going to talk about the trial reels b-roll engine. Before I do that, I just want to show you some of the inbound inquiries that we've gotten. Hey, I'm interested. Hey, I really like what you're doing. Anthropic. Hey, I saw your post about this. Give me some more info. Stuff like this. So these are actual people who we've reached out who are our target audience. Now, what did we do here? Right? What was the system like? So let me talk a little bit more in detail about the challenge. The challenge, like I said earlier, is that the client was super busy. They gave us maybe 1 day to shoot in the 3 months. We've been asking them again and again to do the shoot, but they're not able to give us the time. Their schedule is packed and through no fault of theirs, right? They're just busy. There's nothing we can do. In the first month, what we did is we did about 6 to 8 hours of shoot. We were able to do the talking heads in different formats that we wanted to do. But on the shoot day, we were not able to do the B-roll. So then we begged them, hey, give us a couple more hours. So in the middle of the next week, they were able to give us about 2 more hours to do some B-roll videos. And thank God we did that. The reason why I will let you know very quickly. So then the struggle was that we tried to schedule shoots and then it did not work. However, the great thing is the client was able to do some self shoots and they were sending us a couple of talking head videos every now and then. So that was great. But the most important thing is we weren't getting the scripts recorded in the formats that we wanted or that we needed to grow the account. So essentially on Instagram, what you want to do is you want to test a bunch of content topics, you want to test a bunch of formats. And once you do that, you will identify a few winners and then you double down on them. But we were not able to do that. So we only had two things to work with. We had the talking head videos and we had the B-roll videos. Now, since all of this is happening and the client is unable to give us the time, we realize that if we don't do something fast, we're fucked because we won't have any great numbers to show. So we started racking our brains and trying to find how can we get this done? How can we get good numbers while not taking time from the client? So they are not able to give us time. And what is the thing that we can do on our end so that they can get good numbers? So we came up with this idea of trying to do a bunch of B-roll videos. And the initial test that we did was with some 50 B-roll copies. So these are the B-roll copies that you can see right over here. So by this time, what had happened is we had had a few winners from the talking head. So we were like, okay, these are topics that are working with this audience. Let's take that and turn those into B-roll videos. So here is the split that we tested. Yeah. We had good performing videos from month 1 and 2, like I said earlier. So each of those were turned into 10 different variations. Then we had a few other ideas that we wanted to test. This is stuff that we had either picked from the niche or we had picked from the clients' different platforms where they were posting content and stuff that had worked well. So all of those were turned into either 3 variations or 2 variations. And this is how we had the initial 50 B-roll copies. So this is what it looks like. We had a bunch of B-roll videos. Now, B-roll videos don't really need the client to do anything because we had about 10 to 15 initial B-roll videos that we've done. And now we can paste any kind of text that we want. So this allows us to do a lot of testing that we wanted to do. Once we did this, we got the results that you're looking at over here. We were able to find some heavy hitters. So then the question is, how do you scale this, right? Because if you're just going to do 50 and it's like, okay, great, it's not going to scale. So in order to scale this, you have to understand the number one limiter that you have when it comes to trial reels is that you want to do max of 5 trial reels per day. Every account is different. Some may allow for a little bit more, but for this purpose right now, let's just stick to 5 max trial reels per day. So what you want to do is 5 into, you've got 30 days, right? So you want to come up with 150 B-roll ideas, right? So this is where you start. If you haven't done this at all, if you don't know what content is going to perform, what is not going to perform, what you do is you create 30 pieces of content. How you come up with these content ideas is, one, you just think about what you think your audience wants, and second is you research your niche, you look at similar creators and see what's performing. From there you create 30 pieces of content and put them out. Then you identify the winners and take each of those winners and turn into 10 b-roll content variations. So now you have a bunch of winners. Over a period of time, you continue doing this and you want to reach here eventually where your monthly split looks like you got about 75 to 100 identified winners. Winners are essentially B rolls that get at least 3x performance. So if your average B roll video does about, let's say, 5K views, then winners are the ones that get 15K plus views. And then in every batch, you also want to do 50 to 75 experiments. So these are content pieces that you see are working for others. These are some variations that you think you want to try, you want to test. You've got some content that's working on different platforms. You want to take all of that and put them in the experimentation. So in the experimentations, every now and then you'll find a few winners. So experimentation video winners go into the winners column. And that way you have a bank of winners. Because over a period of time, you're also going to run into fatigue, meaning the same videos that were winning will stop winning because there's creative fatigue. People are just like, done, okay, yeah, we've seen this too many times, we're done. So that way you don't have the issue of fatigue. And this is essentially what we do every day for a lot of our customers. So if you are somebody who's in the B2B space, if you're a founder who is busy and who wants us to help them grow their Instagram, reach out to me. Look at the description below. There's a link to book a call, and let's chat.